morning, Z-eskwela listeners, especially to all grade 3 pupils who are listening right now from the different parts of Davao de Oro. I am your science teacher for today, Teacher Jonalyn Leray from Anibungan Elementary School of Maco. Together with me is Teacher Cherry Rose D. Montero from Compostela Central Elementary School SPED Center. Welcome to another lesson of fun and learning episode in science. It's a great day to learn something more. Let us discover the wonder of science for this another episode, Changes in Material. You will have fun, and after our lesson ends, we hope that each of you will state changes in materials from solid to liquid based on the effect of temperature, and also give examples of materials that can change from solid to liquid. All right? So, prepare your module, your pen, your pencil, your notebook, and find a place where you find most comfortable. But before we start our lesson for today, let us review first our previous lesson in matter. Everything around us is made up of matter. On land, in water, or even on air. Matter is anything that has weight and takes up space. Everything you can see and touch is made up of matter. It has mass and weight, and it comes in three forms. Solids. Solids have colors. They can be green, yellow, red, and many more. Solids have different shapes too. Round, square, rectangle, triangle, and oblong. Solids have different sizes. It can be big or small. Solids have different textures, rough or smooth. Examples of solids are pencil, chair, and ball. Liquids. Liquid takes the shape of the container, like the sample below. It has the ability to flow fast or slow. Liquids have different colors: yellow, pink, white, black, or orange. Liquid vary in taste. It can be sweet, sour, salty, and bitter. Its smell can be good or bad. Some are odorless. Examples of liquids are milk in the bottle, lemon juice, and soy sauce. Another form of matter is gas. It does not have definite shape and sizes. It takes the shape and size of its container. It spreads out to fill its container. Moreover, gas cannot be seen, but we can feel it like the air. Example of gas are LPG, smoke, air inside the balloon. This time, kids, we are going to answer the What I Know page. This is to check what you already know about the lesson to take. Tell whether there is a change in the material before and after exposure to high or low temperature. Put X if there is none. Put check if there is. Then, write solid, liquid, or gas on the changed material. The first one is done for you. Take your time, kids! Don't go away from your places because we will pause for a short minute while giving you time to answer your exercises. Happy answering!
The Radyo Z-eskwela program of the Division of Davao de Oro is being brought to you by Nueda Builders Construction and Supply Incorporated, Maverick Builders Incorporated, Mitch Construction and Supply, Archicons Architectural Construction and Supply, DB Construction and Supply, Hanaway Builders Corporation, Phoenix Corvada Tagum Gasoline Station, Master Construction and Supplies, Mackenzie Builders, GP&H Construction Incorporated, Metro Gear Construction Corporation, NEN Builders and Development Services Corporation, Max Mays Enterprises Incorporated, We Inc. Construction Company, Rangay Construction and Supply, East Sussex Enterprise, WM Construction, Councilor Boogie and Miss Marjorie Vertodazo, Icon Builders and Supply, and Apex Mining Company Incorporated.
Hello kids, I'm back! Are you having fun with your first activity? Well, that's good! Now, let us check your answers. So let us check the exercises that we left before we have our break. That is on page 2 of your science module. So we will start with number 2 since number 1 serve as our example. Okay, so look at the picture. Was there a change in material? Yes. Now, how did it change? When water is boiled or heated, its volume decreases and it changed to gas. Number 3. Look at the picture. Was there a change in material? Yes. How did it change? When a water in an ice cube tray is placed inside the freezer, it turns into ice cube. And ice cube is an example of solid. Number 4. You look at the picture. That is a butter before heated and a butter after heated. Was there a change in material? Yes. How did it change? Now, when butter is heated, it melts and it changed to liquid. Next one. Look at the picture for number 5. Was there a change in material? Yes. How did it change? When water is heated or placed under the sun, its volume decreases and changes to gas. For the last number, number 6, was there a change in material? Yes. When an ice cube is left in an open place where there is sunlight or warm air, it melts and is changed to liquid. Did you get all the answers correct? Wow, that's great! But if you did not get it perfect, don't worry. We will proceed with the module and let us learn more. Open your module on page 3. Children, I have a question. How does matter change from one state to another? Have you ever wondered why butter on the frying pan melts after it is heated? Or how ice turn into water when placed under the sun? Or why there are droplets of water on the outer surface of a cold glasses? If not, keep tuned in to find out as we learn our new lesson for today. Changes in materials from solid to liquid. In today's lesson, in Module 2, you will learn that there are some solids that can become liquids when exposed to heat. How do these things happen? How does matter change from one state to another? Changes in materials from solid to liquid. Did you know that there are changes that take place in materials? Yes. Some solid change into liquid. Some liquid can change into solid. Some solid or liquid can change to gas. How do these changes occur in materials? It's due to temperature. Yes, temperature is the degree of hotness or coldness of a material measured in a definite scale. Now, what measures temperature? Very good. It's thermometer. Thermometer measures the temperature of an object. Remember how the doctor used this to get your temperature when you have fever? Now, low temperature indicates coldness, while high temperature indicates hotness. The temperature can increase or decrease. When it is increasing, this process is called heating. When it is decreasing, this process is called cooling. Temperature of a material can be described through the unit degree. Now you will learn that there are some solids that can become liquids when exposed to heat. Go to page 4 of your module. See the picture below. How does solid change into liquid? Study the butter being heated. Look at the butter on the frying pan before it is heated. Is it a solid? Right. What happens to it after it is heated? Yes, it melts. It changes into liquid. When butter is heated on the frying pan, it melts because it is exposed to heat. Thus, its temperature increases. Butter is an example of a solid. When heated, it becomes liquid. And did you know that there are some solid materials that can be changed into liquids by heating or exposing them to sunlight or warm air? Okay, some of them are ice cream, Ice cubes. Butter. They melt and change into liquids when left in an open place where there is sunlight and warm air. And this process is called melting or liquefaction. Again, ice cream, ice cubes, and butter melt and change into liquids when left in an open place where there is sunlight and warm air. This process is called melting or liquefaction. Now let's proceed. What's more? Answer the exercises on page 5 to help you understand more about our lesson. Activity 1. Read each item carefully. Write true or false on the space provided. Do this in your notebook. I will just read it to you because you will answer this during our commercial break. Okay, number 1. When ice is cold, it melts. Number 2. Sugar becomes liquid when heated. Number 3. Crayon will still be solid when heated. Number 4. Candles will melt when lighted. Number 5. When you hold an ice cube, it will melt in your hands. Activity 2. Observe the materials below. What could possibly happen to each material? Write melts or not in the second column. Again, do this in your notebook. Okay, the first picture is ice cream. The next one is ice cubes placed inside the glass. The third one is a lighted candle. The fourth picture is a butter on a top of a plate. And the last picture is an ice cube being placed inside a jar. Take your time, kids. Don't go away from your places because we will pause for a short minute while giving you time to answer your exercises. Happy answering!
The Radyo Z-eskwela program of the Division of Davao de Oro is being brought to you by Nueda Builders Construction and Supply Incorporated, Maverick Builders Incorporated, Mitch Construction and Supply, Archicons Architectural Construction and Supply, DB Construction and Supply, Hanaway Builders Corporation, Phoenix Corvada Tagum Gasoline Station, Master Construction and Supplies, Mackenzie Builders, GP&H Construction Incorporated, Metro Gear Construction Corporation, NEN Builders and Development Services Corporation, Max Mays Enterprises Incorporated, We Inc. Construction Company, Rangay Construction and Supply, East Sussex Enterprise, WM Construction, Councilor Boogie and Miss Marjorie Vertodazo, Icon Builders and Supply, and Apex Mining Company Incorporated.
Hi kids, we're back. And now, let us check your answer on page 5. Okay, you are going to write true or false on the space provided. Okay, number 1. Are you ready? When ice is cold, it melts. Yes, the answer is false. Number 2. Sugar becomes liquid when heated. Yes, false. Number 3. Crayon will still be solid when heated. What's your answer? Yes, false. Number 4. Candles will melt when lighted. What's your answer? Very good. True. Number 5. When you hold an ice cube, it will melt in your hands. What's your answer? True. Very good. Now let us proceed to activity 2. You are going to write melts or not in the second column. Now let us check your answer for activity 2. Number 1. What could possibly happen to an ice cream when exposed to heat? Yes, it melts. Number 2. What could possibly happen to an ice cube inside a glass when exposed to heat? Yes, it melts. Number 3. What could possibly happen when we light a candle? Yes, it melts. Number 4. What could possibly happen to a butter when exposed to heat? Yes, it melts. Number 5. What could possibly happen to an ice cube when we place inside a jar and left in an open place? Yes, it melts. How's your score? Did you got it perfect? Very good. So before we will end, let us remember that phase can change when the temperature of the materials increase. Also, melting happens by increasing the temperature of the materials. And of course, solids can be changed into liquids by heating. To continue, let us read the dialogue on page 7. One fine morning, 2 kids bought an ice cream.
The ice cream is so sweet.
Yes, I know, but my teeth hurt.
So, what will you do?
I will eat this after an hour.
Oh dear, you should eat your ice cream right away because if you don't, your ice cream will melt.
Right, I think I have to eat it when my toothache goes away. Now let us answer the following questions based on the dialogue that you read. Number 1. What will happen if Emma will not eat ice cream right away? A. The ice cream will melt. B. The vendor will walk away. C. Joel will get angry. D. The ice cream will dry. Answer. The ice cream will melt. Number 2. What change in material will take place if the ice cream is not eaten right away? A. Liquid to solid. B. Solid to liquid. C. Liquid to gas. D. No change at all. What's your answer? Right! B. Solid to liquid. Number 3. Complete this statement. Solid materials like. Now you can give any solid materials that can be changed into liquid. Okay, for me, you can answer butter. Okay, solid materials like butter can be changed into liquid by heating. All right? So, how's your score? Very good. Now, to check if you already master our lesson for today, let us answer the assessment on page 8. Analyze each item carefully. Choose the letter of the correct answer. Write your answer in your notebook. Number 1. The process of changing solid into liquid is called A. Decreasing, B. Heating, C. Increasing, D. Melting. Again, the process of changing solid into liquid is called A. Decreasing, B. Heating, C. Increasing, D. Melting. What's your answer? Yes, B. Heating. Number 2. There are some solids that can be changed into liquids by simply exposing them to A. Cold air, B. Moonlight, C. Sunlight, D. Moisture. I will repeat. There are some solids that can be changed into liquids by simply exposing them to A. Cold air, B. Moonlight, C. Sunlight, D. Moisture. What's your answer? Yes, letter C. Sunlight. Number 3. The following materials can be changed into liquid except A. Ice cream, B. Margarine, C. Ice cubes, D. Sugar. Again, the following materials can be changed into liquid except A. Ice cream, B. Margarine, C. Ice cubes, D. Sugar. Yes, letter D. Sugar. Number 4. Which of the following materials melts when heated? A. Milk powder, B. Salt, C. White sugar, D. Wax. Again, which of the following materials melts when heated? A. Milk powder, B. Salt, C. White sugar, D. Wax. What's your answer? Yes, letter D. Wax. Number 5. What is the other word for melting? A. Cooling, B. Changing, C. Heating, D. Liquefaction. What is the other word for melting? A. Cooling, B. Changing, C. Heating, D. Liquefaction. What's the answer? Yes, letter D. So how's your score? Did you get all the answers correct? Very good! For your additional activities, analyze and answer each question carefully. Write your answer inside the box. Do this in your notebook. Number 1. What do you think will happen to a chocolate if left under the sun? Number 2. The oil is hardened inside the bottle. You want to use it for cooking. What will you do? I hope you have learned a lot from our lesson today. Again, this is your science teacher on air, Teacher Jonalyn Leray from Anibungan Elementary School of Maco. Together with me is Teacher Cherry Rose D. Montero from Compostela Central Elementary School SPED Center na nagsasabing dito sa DepEd Davao de Oro, Radyo Z-eskwela, siguradong masaya. Here at 88.5 Z Radio. Siguradong lingaw, siguradong kuyaw. Hanggang sa muli mga bata, paalam!
Radyo Z-eskwela Executive Committee. The School's Division Superintendent, Eufemia T. Gamutin, Seso 5. Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Romel R. Handayan. OIC Curriculum Implementation Division Chief, Karina S. Frasco. School Governance and Operations Division Chief, Dr. Ruben J. Riponte. Members: Cecilia Morales, Dr. Hilda A. Opeña, Dr. Arlene B. Lim, Dr. Eldecris B. Calzadora, Dr. Dexter A. Siquinia, Nohara O. Pinute, Noemi P. Canales, Dr. Grace D. Pontillas, Virgilito C. Pabrices, Juanito Lapiceros, Engineer Norberto S. Manlangit, Jomar M. Dumupoy, Bob Dalan S. Milabat, Medard T. Ampit, and Paz Eugenia Villusino. Technical Working Committee, Productions and Communications, Lorely E. Quijano, Given G. Hinampas, Judyland D. U, Donna D. T. Bolifer, Mary Rose N. Resma, Riwen Manuel, Irene Lea C. Manguhon, and Bessie Aya N. Banians. Social Media and Packaging Team, Christian Anhara L. Martesio, William R. Ranara, Joan T. Iscoton, Roberto S. Acusar Jr., May B. Istanyol, Richard H. Arellano, Glee L. S. Blanco, Ralph A. Tabanyag, Angelo Gutierrez Jr., and Jade Karen Araiz.